is truly an honor and a privilege to be in Holyoke today as we continue to share the great news about the work that this school district has done, its mayor, the receiver superintendent, the school committee, really focusing on the types of improvements that matter for students now and in the future.
This question is for the school superintendent, Anthony Soto. Are you certified to become a candidate, to be a superintendent so you can be a candidate?
I'm licensed right now.
You're licensed to be a superintendent in full. Are you going to become a candidate?
It's not my decision. We got a lot of work to do between now and July 1, and we're putting it together a community advisory board to work with the school committee to decide what direction they want to go in and what that's going to look like for this community. And I'm fully committed to working with them and making sure that they have a strong plan in place.
Stated a few of the accomplishments, the increased rate of graduation. In terms of basic skills, though, reading and writing still is a challenge. What is the district doing to help students when they graduate, and if they, wherever else they go, they're ready to start taking more courses?
Yeah, we're fully implementing the strategic plan that we have in place, and one of the things that we leaned into a few years ago was developing our principals to become instructional leaders. I'll say this, I've said it publicly before, I'll say it again. Being a principal is probably the hardest job that in Holyoke. And oftentimes, you're pulled in a million different directions, you're putting out fires, you're dealing with discipline, you're dealing with external factors, and it's easy to lose sight of what's happening in the classrooms and what are our kids producing. And the principals that we have now are equipped with the tools that they need, the resources they need, the staff that they need. A big shift for us this year is really looking at student work. Over the last couple of years, we were looking at what strategies we want to implement, what teachers need to be doing to improve their practice. And a big shift this year is like looking at student work and making sure that, yes, we see all these strategies in place. We see best practice being implemented by the teachers, but we need to start looking at the student work and what they're producing and let that inform our professional development and let that inform the next steps that we've taken. We got all new curriculum across the district that's standards aligned, that's high quality, and we're providing coaching. So there's a lot involved. A lot that we've been building on over the last 3 years, and we know what direction we need to head. We got the right leaders in place to make that happen, and that's going to have a huge impact for sure.
Just piggybacking off that a little bit. So what impact will teachers and students see firsthand in the classroom? When we spoke with teachers in the past, they said they felt like they didn't have a say how their classroom was run and how things work when you guys were under state control. And what impact will this have on the curriculum?
Yeah, the real change here is, who has the authority to monitor the budget, who has the authority to select the superintendent, who has the authority to set policy in the district. And these leaders that are up here are the ones that are going to be responsible for those key levers that I just mentioned. I think that initially, I hope that all the work that we've built on in terms of building that instructional model, having high quality curriculum, and having staffing in place to support improving the quality of teaching and looking at what our students are doing and adjusting to that. I hope that not much of that changes. Honestly, that's my, I hope that we continue to build off of that momentum and really just take it to the next level. I think there's a lot of work that has to happen from a governance standpoint, and there's a lot of adjusting that will happen there. And depending on, what policies the school committee decides to set in the future, I don't expect to see a ton of change in the actual classroom because there's so much work that has to happen for this transition to be successful outside of the classroom.
From the state level, I just see the extent to which Mr. Soto is listening to the teachers in the district and constantly presenting to us, here are things that that he and his team are looking to change and improve. And a strong signal of that is the change to the schedule for this year.
Yeah.
And that teachers have common planning time, and that early release every Wednesday is built on the feedback from teachers, is built on what we know about improving practice in the classroom for children, and giving teachers more of that time to plan and grow together. So I just see the constant ways in which, as a leader, Mr. Soto is always listening to the educators and making adjustments, and I know that will continue into the future as well.
Commissioner, you came on board just a few weeks after the previous commissioner said these schools were going to remain in receivership. What did you see that the previous commissioner did not see that led you to make the decision, okay, let's start working on bringing back local control?
So the previous commissioner had said he wasn't going to exit the district through the process that was requested last winter. And he said there needed to be different follow-up instead. And so I was pleased. Commissioner Riley and I were very close, and as he departed, I picked up that process of saying, what is that other way? How else can we work together? What is a better process for exiting the district? And truly one of the first phone calls, I think it was the first phone call that I made as acting commissioner, was to Mayor Garcia to say, let's begin that process in earnest. I'm ready to step into that. Mayor Garcia, of course, always was ready, and I was just really pleased to join him in that process and to join the school committee. And we got started right away, and it led us to where we are right now, and I'm just really pleased with the work of everyone involved to get us to this point.
Thank
The chairwoman
There we go.
of the capacity building for local control subcommittee of the school board, Dr. Yadilet from your
Hello, everybody. Dr. Yadilet Rivera Colon. Not to be pretentious, but because not many doctors look like me. That's one of the things that we want to be doing for our students, showing them all the things that they can be. But in order for us to be able to do that, we need to be ready. And I'm not going to say that we weren't ready, but we wanted to make it official, right? To be able to really be working with the situations that we have now in our schools so that we are ready to be those leaders. So we are working on learning about superintendent evaluation, superintendent search, policy, finance, and not just the broad strokes of what that is, but the day-to-day. Who's going to be signing for things? Who's going to be ready to be able to lead what we're going to do? Part of this, we wanted to be able to listen to our community, our families, our teachers, everybody in our community. And for that, we have our community advisory team, which there was an open call for everybody who wanted to be part of it. And I will say that I see some of the people who are part of the community advisory team here today. And I will say that that's only just yet another step in the right direction. And I have to give a shout out to Lauren Wu, to Jennifer Wu, and the commissioner, because they were the ones who really helped us every step of the way to put the plan together so that now, any one of you who want to see it, it is up online, you can check it out. So that way you can see where we're going. And if you're excited enough, we will be meeting tonight at 5. And we will be talking about all the updates and the progress that we have made towards the plan, because we are ready to take back our schools. Thank you.
Any other questions?